Hello and welcome to a Europa League special of the podcast called Style of Play. I am your host, Kojo. Theo's not here today. Theo's a bit busy with work, so I'm hosting. But of course, I'm here because I'm a United fan, and joining me is my brother. If you've seen him before, great. If you've ever seen him before, he's great. So you're gonna love this guy. It's Kallum, Spurs fan. What you saying, brother?
Yeah, all good, man. Finally got something somewhat positive.
And
After years doing streams just complaining about how bad we are. It's still bad, but it's in a final, innit? So
yeah,
things are
facts,
looking up.
facts, and yeah, you've been working hard, man. You've been working hard, so yeah, man, you're doing your thing, and yeah, keep doing your thing as well, bro. So.
Thank you, bro.
Well, let's not sugarcoat it. Both of us have had very, very shocking domestic seasons. Very shocking. So we'll address that quickly before we get to the Europa League final, what you think can happen and not happen. Spurs season domestically. Ange, players' performances, players missing, injuries. What's gone wrong, man? What's gone wrong this year?
You know what I've been saying this week leading up to the final? I don't want to do the negativity,
Mm,
but given we're talking about it, the domestic season it's not been good enough. Like I think we've got 21 defeats in the league,
yep.
the most we've ever had by far. Yeah, we've had injuries and whatnot, but every club gets injuries, bro. And every club doesn't end up 17th. You know what I mean? Like with the players that we've got, the football that we play, it's not good enough. Like I hear people talk about all the time. Tottenham are great to watch. They're exciting to watch. We're excited for the neutrals because we can see so many goals
Yeah.
and we're left so open at the back. And we got our centre backs playing at the halfway line. Our full backs are deep in midfield. Like it's not a sustainable way to play. So I'm not Ange's biggest fan. I'll be honest. This season has been shocking. We'll all be forgiven if we win on Wednesday. I'll be honest. I still see it as a parting gift. I think regardless,
You think he's got to go
because
regardless, yeah?
I think so. Yeah. Some
Mm.
people will say that's harsh because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, if Ange wins the trophy, then he's your most successful manager in years." Yeah, he'll be our most successful manager in years, but he won't be our best manager in years.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a big difference. For me, the Europa League will almost paper over the cracks. And it sounds crazy to say that because it's such a big competition. Obviously, it will be the happiest day of my life for a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm not all of a sudden going to forgive the season we've had, the football we played, and just the arrogance of the manager in general.
What do you think it is with him? Like, obviously, I don't wanna get onto his neck too much. Look, at the end of the day, he is in a final. He's in a major final, and if you guys win it, the statement that he made is, "In my second season, I always win something." So if he sees it through, he's a man of his word. He's done his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll put it to you like this: do you think winning the Europa League could be a catalyst for him? Just, could it be something that raises the level, because winning that goes into your Champions League means more money, probably means more money in the transfer window to spend. I mean, what do you think it will do for him as a manager? Or, I mean, are you still thinking maybe just use that catalyst elsewhere? It just won't work at Spurs long term.
Well, I want it to be a catalyst for Tottenham. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not worried about how it will change the manager. I've always said for the last few years, when we win a trophy, that mentality shift in the players of understanding what it means to win and how to get that far and how to get over the line
Hmm.
is what will change the club. I think Ange has shown this season how stubborn he can be. Fair enough, in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, the first time I've seen him actually change tactics during the game, where he switched to a back five, or he told the players drop back. So he's shown that he can do it. So maybe if we do win the Europa League, maybe it's a catalyst for his personal change. But at the same time, as much as people are excited about him proving that quote right, that for me, when we win the Europa League, I'm not looking forward to them edits, bro. Like them smug edits, like all them Ange insights. I told you, you did
Yeah.
it. Like, because to me, I'm finding it weird already the way I'm seeing the fan base divided. Like I'm seeing Spurs fans talking about, oh, I've got receipts. All of you that doubted Ange, it's like, bro, now's not the time to be doing in-house civil war. Like,
Yeah.
let's stick together. We'll see what happens after Wednesday. There's no need to talk about Ange's future like all over Twitter and be debating back and forth now. But yeah, to answer your question, I care more about catalyst for change for Tottenham. If that can show him that he can deviate from his usual tactics, then even better.
That's okay, fair. Let's go to the positives. So let's go straight to the Europa League now. Obviously, as you're in the final, you beat Bodo Glimt in the semi-final to get through. Just after that win, what's the obviously you're a Spurs fan, you know the feeling within the camp of Spurs fans. I don't really like to think about what I see in socials. Those are just
Mm.
one angle. What's the feeling like going into this game? Is there excitement, considering where your opponents are as well? It's not been a great year for them either, but what's the feeling? And also to point to your credit at Spurs this season, you're head to head against Man United this year. It's perfect. You've won all the games. So
Mm.
what's the energy like in the fan base?
I'll be honest, bro. I'm super confident,
Okay.
and you know me. I'm not one of these Spurs fans heads in la la land. Just like
Yeah.
I'm very realistic when it comes to Spurs, innit? But I feel it this year. I know, we've both been terrible. We're sat 17th, you lot 16th. I think we lost 21 games in the league. I think you lot have lost like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've beat you 3 times in the league and then once in the Carabao, was it?
Yeah.
Or the FA Cup, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I think all of that goes out the window. Like when it comes to a final, it's all about who turns up in a big moment, big game players. Admittedly, we haven't got many of them. I think you guys have got more. Bruno and Casemiro scare me going into this game.
Mm.
But I just feel it, bro. I can envision Son lifting that trophy. And like I said, I'm not doing no negativity this week, bro.
I hear it.
Like,
I
I
hear it.
woke up this morning, poured my cereal, there was no milk. I didn't even get mad. What have I got to be angry about, bro? Come Wednesday, with Champions of Europe, I can finally sing that song. The amount of times I've gone to games, I heard West Ham fans singing Champions of Europe for winning the Conference League. And you know what? I'm not having no one belittle the Europa League neither. This
Mm.
is a big competition. Like growing up, this is the competition I watched up in the most.
Yeah.
You know the ones when you can only get cheap tickets to the Europa League games, a tenner for kids or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
there every Thursday, watching us play teams I never heard of from countries I never heard of. And to think we may win this competition come Wednesday, but I'm gonna be buzzing.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
How are you feeling? Are you confident?
No, I have not been confident all season, and there's nothing that changes that, man. Yeah. So obviously, our just United domestically it's been a horror show. Um, Funny enough, I've had a lot of disputes recently, the last couple of weeks, United fans, because they think I'm making excuses, and I'm not one for excuses. You know that as well. When the season started and we kept Eric Ten Hag, I didn't expect to compete for a top four, top five now spot. I didn't think we'd get into the Champions League spot. I didn't think we'll also be this bad, but I didn't think we'll be great. I was thinking we're going to be eighth, to be honest, around that time, sort of mid-table, because I wasn't convinced with the transfers that we made and the squad as a whole. So I didn't see again this bad overall. But when we hit December, obviously Amarim was there for his first full month. I kind of told my boys in my United group chat that we're not getting past 14th. And they thought that was me trying to cover my back. But I was like, nah, this is bad. And the main reason being, if you look at the games that we won, so it'll be Fulham, City to as the main ones I can think of, and Liverpool away when we drew 2-2. Look at the guys that changed the games for us. Martinez, then he got out, injured long term.
Mm-hmm.
Ahmad, they got injured out long term as well. So there's a pattern where, apart from Bruno, who's always fit somehow, everyone else that actually was contributing a little bit of something was just dwindling away, and then the others were just not consistent enough. Garnacho pops in with goals, but you watch Garnacho in games, he should be scoring a goal a game. He's
He's
not.
frustrating. Yeah,
He's
he's
very
frustrating.
frustrating. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised by how it's gone, and I'm going to games now thinking, yeah, they're just gonna collapse. And when you read the statistics, the games that we lose, we don't even like completely dominated in. We actually create a lot of chances. We just don't bag them.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the Europa League, I've been very confident, and the reason I'm not so confident for the final is because we've done well against European teams, not against domestic teams. If
Mm.
Spurs are smart, they turn this into a Premier League fixture, not an occasion fixture. If you just go and you play your football, United are in trouble again. That's just me being real. But if you feel the occasion, for someone like Casemiro, who's been in this kind of situation many a time, he can settle the truth and be like, let's keep going. You know what I mean? And that's a trap for me you can't fall into. So for the final now, I'm not feeling confident at all. But I'm in as well. So even if he loses, that don't change.
I think that's a good point about treating it like a Premier League fixture, because my biggest worry is obviously it's no secret Spurs are known for bottling,
Mm.
and the times previously that we've been in finals or semi-finals, it always seems like it's our mentality that's held us back. Like we turn up for the game but we don't turn up. It's almost like the players in their head. I remember playing Chelsea and I think it was the Carabao Cup final or whatever, and we just, we were playing well all season and we get there and we're just almost scared.
Yeah.
So my biggest fear is whether that mentality creeps in. But then again, it's obviously a new look side compared to the teams that have been in finals and semi-finals previously. Like, we've got almost a whole new back line since the last time we've been in a final. How big of a part do you think, United, European pedigree, you won the Europa League a few years back, you've won the Champions League multiple times. How big of a factor do you think that's going to play in helping you lot?
If I'm being real, not much. This squad minus Hoyland, Xerxes, and maybe 2 or 3 others got to Europa League final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and bottled it, right? We should have won that game. We had bags of chances and we bottled it. So even someone like Bruno, who is quite dependable for us, in that game, he wasn't someone that we could have relied upon. He was missing. And even though as a club we have that pedigree, these players don't have that. But that's why I'm leaning on the name of Casemiro, because in every squad I feel like you need someone that's been there and done it. Even if you have a squad that's so young and they're trying to do things, and you have this aging guy, he's 39 years old, you can't play like that anymore. But just the idea of the mentality that you can talk to these guys, look, in the game, this is how you deal with situations. It changes things. And I think he's going to be a key player for us in our midfield all day, getting whether it's set piece goals, whether it's just trying to control the midfield. I think it's a key factor, man. My worry about you guys. Actually, wait. Before I say that, what is the stories about you guys' fitnesses? Because I've heard Kulusevski had a surgery, but then he might be fit. And then I've heard Madison's out, but part of me feels like he's going to do a miraculous recovery. I don't know what's happening with Son. I mean, Bergval's fit for the game. Like, what's going on with your fitness?
Unless they're pumping Madison on compound V, he's done for the season. Kulusevski's out. Bergval's the only maybe. I think he'll be out, but he's the only one that I think they're trying to rush back. But at the moment, it's looking like our midfield will be Bentancur, Basuma. And then whether people are debating whether he'll play Son in the 10, maybe Odegaard in the 10. Ange even come out and said maybe he play Porro there, which I can't see him doing, but I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it, to be honest. Jed Spence right back, Porro in the 10 will be interesting, but whether you try something like that for the first time in a final, I don't know. But that's my biggest worry, is that we've got no creative midfielder. I feel like this is a game that will be screaming out for Madison. Despite him being a bit inconsistent throughout the season, had he have been fit, this is the type of game that I think he will dominate. But obviously he's not here, Kulu's not here. So that's our main concern. How are we going to create these chances?
So Son's obviously there. Is he leaving this summer?
Potentially. There's not really been much talk about it. I think he's got a year left.
Okay.
I'll be honest, like, a lot of the interviews I've seen about him, obviously wanting to win the Europa League and how much it means to him, a lot of it does kind of seem like a
back saying,
yeah, a little bit. A few people are saying that. I'll be honest, I think with Son, he's a club legend. I think he's run his course a little bit. I feel like if we were to win the Europa League, it's a perfect send-off for him. And we kind of need like a young marquee signing that can, we need him to pass the torch down. I think his legs are getting a bit old. He's not the player he was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So potentially, but he's definitely fit though. He started against Villa the other day.
Okay. That's gonna be interesting. Because on our side, I mean, to be fair, our squad is pretty much set. Martinez ain't coming back anytime soon. Xerxes not coming back anytime soon. So we kind of know who's gonna play. I'm just intrigued about what happens at number 9. A part of me feels like he's not going to start Hoyland. I think he's gonna put Garnacho as the number 9. Yeah.
Have you done that this season?
We've done it before and it works okay because we've got someone that's at least he's direct. So he's going to try and run in, and then for someone like Bruno, someone like now I guess Ahmad, even Casemiro, because he does play long passes here and there. He's got a bit of a passing range. If you've got someone that's at least trying to make movements towards the goal, it makes sense. Hoyland's issue was when he first started, he was making so many runs and no one was finding him. Now he
Mm,
doesn't want to make those runs because no one was trying to find him. And now they're trying to find him. It's like, well, you won't find him in the first place. So
yeah.
he's a confidence issue in that. And because he's not a consistent goal scorer, I think in a game like this, he might say, you know what, let me put you there. Another option might be he goes Casemiro and Ugarte as a two. Then he
Hmm.
goes Mount and Ahmad in the tens, and then Bruno as a false nine. And he's done that before, and that worked. In fact, the time he done that, we won a game. So
Yeah, I'll be honest, he can play Mount all he wants.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
worried there, but he can play Mount all he wants, man.
I don't know, but I'm intrigued either way. Where do you think the weak points are for United for you to exploit in the game?
I think your defense as a whole has been a bit shaky this season. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of United. Usually I work on a weekend, so I don't get to watch much football these days. But a lot of the goals that I see a lot concede is like schoolboy errors defensively. I think Anana's a weak point.
Yeah,
If I'm Ange, I'm telling players shoot from outside the box, try to get deflections, rebounds. But I feel like, to be honest, we'll be our own worst enemy in a game like this. I feel
right.
like the way we play, we leave ourselves so exposed that's what worries me. I think Bruno, if he operates in them spaces, he can pick out the right ball. If you got Ahmad or whoever making a run forwards, I worry we're going to be exposed at the back, down the wings. But I think it's just really one of them ones that could go either way. You can't predict the game like this. The fact that we've both been bad, the fact that we beat you lot 3 times, the fact we got injuries, none of it really matters, I don't think.
True, true, true. Yeah, 'cause I was thinking about you guys as well, and the only person. So I'm a huge Pedro Porro fan.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys signed him, I was gutted. Not that we weren't linked with him, so not in that sense.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is a real good player that they've got. Because going forward, he's so electric, and he's got
Mm.
the ability to cross and pass well, and he's actually very good at hitting the ball towards the back of the net as well. But he might also be, for me, the weak link because we focus so many of our attacks on the left these days. So someone like Dorgu, if you guys, which I think is going to happen, I think you guys will control possession a bit more than us. If he is advanced, as soon as we get a counter, they're going to tell him and Garnacho if Garnacho starts to, that side, draw down the side, pace, 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 run, run, run. Obviously Romero, and Van der Ven. Is Van der Ven fit?
Yeah, they're both
Okay,
good.
all right, perfect. So yeah, so those guys as a partnership, one of my favorite partnerships in the league. 'Cause I think they're both really good. But I think if you can utilize the fact that Poro will be going up and down, and then maybe on that attack, you could. It's not about separating them, but they have to shift over a little bit. Just that little bit of hesitation. If you can grab it, that's why I think we can hit you. Um, but I think your midfield's strong. I think your midfield's underrated, and I think
Do you really?
yeah, yeah. I'll tell you why though. I'll tell you why. I'm a Bentancur fan. I'm a Sarr fan. I know Madison's not there. I know Madison's not
Mm.
there. So that's a Bissouma. I am still a fan, but I don't know what the inconsistency is. It's a bit weird. I don't get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, the last like 2, 3 games, Basuma's been good.
Hmm.
But prior to that, all you hear from Spurs fans is this guy needs to leave this summer because he's super inconsistent. He'll have 2 or 3 good games, and everyone thinks, oh, this is what he can bring. But then he'll just have these weird head loss moments, or just like almost, yeah. I think Bentancur is another one where it's like his his ceiling is really high, and the times when he's good, he's very good, and
Yeah.
he's silky, just a joy to watch. He's had obviously serious injury problems that he's come back from his injuries, and he's just not looked like the same player. I think you could argue that he's slightly getting there again, but I don't think he moves me as much as he does other Spurs fans. People talk about Bentancur like he's this Musa Dembele.
Oh
I'm
no,
just not.
no,
I'm just not seeing it.
no,
I'm not
no,
seeing
no.
it in the same
Yeah,
way. I do like Bergwall though. I think he's
it's good.
he's the one that he's cold. But again, his fitness, I'm not sure if he'll be ready. And if he is ready, is it a case that they're going to rush him back just for the final? And then, as we saw in the Champions League final, Harry Kane, it's never really a good idea, in it, to
Yeah,
rush players back like that.
yeah. Facts, facts. Predictions for the game.
There's certain things in my head that I feel like I just know are going to happen. A Bruno penalty is going to happen. A Maguire header from a set piece. Like these are the things I'm scared of.
Yeah.
What I really want to see is a trademark Son finish, cutting inside, curling on top bins. I haven't seen that for ages. In terms of score predictions, I think it's going to be high scoring.
Damn. Two open
I'm,
defenses, isn't it? Kind of thing.
yeah. I'm seeing like a 3-2 or something electric. But I can't tell you that. You know what? 3-2 Spurs. Like I said, I'm confident.
Spurs. Bears.
3-2 Spurs.
I can't handle a game like that. So I'm settling for a nice 1-0 Man United. Just keep it there.
Yeah.
Score one and
Yeah.
just sharp shot.
Sharp shot.
Yeah, I don't want to see any more, man. No attacks, no night, man. 3 shots the whole game. Shot done. Game over. Um, One question I want to ask you before we wrap up. So I think there's been a lie from a lot of fans where a lot of people think or are saying anyway that there's not so much focus on Spurs and United and their bad season. Everyone wants to talk about this club or that club, whereas wherever I turn, all I hear is, "Oh, how can these two clubs finish in 16th and 17th, be in the Champions League? It's a disgrace. They better revise this." This rule's been there for about almost 10 years now. What's the problem? What are your thoughts on that? That genuinely, like,
Well, with all due respect to Arsene Wenger, obviously legend of the game, I think he needs to pack it in. Like, bro, like I've not heard none of this until now. Now it's Tottenham and United. Bro, whoever wins the Europa League absolutely deserves a spot in the Champions League.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. I don't think this has ever been debated in the past. The fact that we've both been so terrible in the league, I think people are now undermining the competition as a whole.
Yeah.
Which I think is ridiculous. The Europa League's always been a big competition. I'm seeing people argue the fact that this is obviously the first season that Champions League teams haven't dropped down. I don't have the stats on me, but I'm pretty sure like 80% of Europa League winners haven't been teams that have dropped down from the Champions League. They've been teams that were initially in the competition.
Yeah. So
that point is mute. I just think when it comes to Spurs, especially, I hate to play the victim. When it comes to Spurs, people just love to, I feel like no one, and obviously United is such a huge club historically that when they're doing badly, again, everyone's on their back because, you want to see the top dogs fail. So I'm kind of blocking all of that out. I'm not really bothered about none of that.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, no, I like that. I like you said like that because that's perfect for me. I think people are just making excuses. I think people are just trying to find ways to badmouth United and Spurs, and they find a tough time to understand that these two clubs could finish in Europe. And well, actually, one of them are going to Champions League next year. There's no doubt about it now. So you can't sit there and cry about it. It is what it is. And I think other fans that have been unhappy about how their seasons are finished, to be quite frank, if I'm being honest. City lost. Arsenal, but I'm getting to them, don't worry. I'm getting to them. City lost their cup final against Palace. Palace deserved to win. And they are potentially not making the Champions League next year, depending on the game against Bournemouth on Tuesday. And then what happens in the final day. So if they don't make the Champions League, if they go to the Europa League and Man United or Spurs get into the Champions League, they're going to cry and complain about it. But it's been the rule for years. Arsenal were not making a peep about this thing until Wenger spoke about it. And then the day it got louder, the day they got knocked about PSG. And you are doing that because, again, people are talking about the fact that your manager, your club, have not been successful in the last 5 years in terms of winning trophies. You can compete for things, but there has to come a day when you win something.
You know what? That's the same thing that they used to banter us about. Nearly club, finishing second, finishing third. Look at them now. It's crazy how the tables turn.
On that, if at the final day of the season, I know they got Southampton, so they should win that game, and they've got a decent cushion on second place now, so it shouldn't be a problem for them, even if they were to draw or lose. But if they were to not finish second, this whole thing about being third in a two-horse race, when let's be real. Yes, it's fun to do banter, and banter's always there forever. But let's be real. Leicester were top for a long time, and who was challenging Leicester for the longest time in that season? Okay. So if we're gonna do that, we're gonna actually have to turn it on you because, or my favorite one right now is you're always the bridesmaids because
never the bride.
Exactly, you were second to City twice, and then City fell off, but Liverpool took over you. They took over everybody, of course, but you were the guys that were still in the title race, and you didn't get the job done. So
every Wednesday, them man catch the bouquet. And they got no rings on their finger.
Still had no wifing up, not wifing up at all. So like, I just find it baffling. And that's what I'm saying. Liverpool are the only they won the league, so they don't care. But that's the point. They they've been successful, so they don't care. Whereas everybody else wants to find a reason to talk. Doesn't make sense. So personally, I don't care. One of us is getting to the Champions League next year. I hope it's us, because if I'm being honest, if we're going to get any good business done in the summer, we need this
Mm.
trophy. And I think that's the same for Spurs, because winning a trophy, a major trophy, and then getting to the elite competition helps when you're attracting players long term. So yeah, big day ahead. Yeah. What are your plans for it, man?
I think I'm gonna go box park, with a little screen in box park Shoreditch.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the split's gonna be though. You'd like to imagine there'd be more Spurs fans given it's London, but obviously all of you lot live in London anyway. So you never know. I don't know how many neutrals there's gonna be. I'm debating between that or the screening in the stadium. But
Mm.
with the screening in the stadium, they initially said they're not putting screens on the pitch and they're just using like the four in the corners, which is obviously rubbish.
Yeah, that's dead.
Now they're saying they'll put a couple screens on, but they're going to be smaller, and so I'm not too sure about that. So yeah, it's looking like box park. Where are you watching it?
Oh, I'm watching the comfort of my house, my friend. Because if it's not a
You're
good day,
nervous, isn't it?
yeah,
You're
if it's
nervous.
bro, if it's not a good day, I just have to walk upstairs and just close my eyes, man. And it's good.
Go to bed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, hug my kid and be like, hey, it's all right,
There's
man.
more important things in it. It's
Yeah,
only football.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
go in the group chat and be like, you guys can cry about it, you can mock me, man, but I got my kids and I'm happy. All that bullshit. You know when a girl gets broken up from another guy and they say, oh, well, God has me. God has always got you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, we're
yeah.
not doing that. But yeah, that's me, man. So yeah, good luck to you guys.
Thank you. I've got one more question before we wrap up, though.
Let's do it.
I'm hearing a lot of United fans. Obviously, like the song goes, you've seen it all, you won it all.
Yeah.
You, how much does this mean to you, lot, if you win? Because at the end of the day, one of us is going to have a terrible season come the end of Wednesday. Either a 16th, 17th place finish, no trophy. The other one's going to have a season that they can celebrate. Us
Yeah.
a lot more than you, because obviously 17 years, no trophy. This Europa League means everything to me.
Yeah.
I'll get the trophy tatted on my leg. You
Fair.
say
Fair.
I'm begging it. I'll get the trophy tatted. I can
Fair.
hear the man already. Oh, bro thinks he's on the team. I am on the team, bro. 17 years. 17 years I've suffered with these man.
Yeah.
You think I'm not going to celebrate in style?
Fair.
But for you lot, if you win the Europa League, how happy are you really going to be? Is it just like, another trophy, we saved the season? Or are you really going to be buzzing?
For me personally, I'm gonna be over the moon. Like the smile won't disappear from my face. I live for trophies. I don't, bro. I'm genuinely do not care, even if it's the community show. When we win a trophy, I'm beaming. Like this, the joy of watching your club celebrate something is you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, right? So
I don't know what you're saying.
no, okay, but 2008 when you beat Chelsea in the final, you guys were you it was
Yeah, I was 7
ridiculous.
years old. I remember it. I was 7 years old though.
Yeah, but you love the day. That's the point, isn't it? And I think where it is you got especially United fans they'll be like, all right, cool, we've got this, but we've won it before, so let's go again. And the Premier League and the Champions League, what we really want. We're not in a position to do that, and that's the real. And United fans need to wake up and understand where United are. So when you understand that, you start to appreciate the trophies more. Understand where your club is, because then if you're competing for a Premier League and the Champions League, it's not saying if you fall down to Europa League and the next year and you win it, don't celebrate it. It's just be joyful for what's coming ahead. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the second part of it is I really want it because I feel like you'll then give Amarim a chance. Like really a chance. Yeah, we're
Mm-hmm.
spending money. I'm sure we're gonna try and get Cunha done by next week or something.
Big signing.
And yeah, exactly. And Delap maybe as well, hopefully. And it's good looking up. But winning a trophy gives him the confidence. And whoever remains at the club has that confidence with them. And then when players come in, they're like, this is a club that's just been successful. So even though the domestic season was bad, they still won a trophy. I will take that. And I want to be part of a team that continues to win trophies. It gets everyone excited. And for a United fan, how can you not love that?
Yeah.
So I need it. I need it. I'm not. I can't say as bad as you because the 17 years I completely understand. So I can't say
Yeah.
I'm on the same level. But for me personally, I need this, bro. If we lose, I'm going to be so distraught. I'm going to be very real. I'm not going to brush it off and be like, all right, let's go. I need this trophy. I need it.
I
Big
know,
time.
I like that. Well said, because I got a lot of United mates who are just like, oh yeah, you don't need it more than us. If we lose, I'm not bothered. It's like, I hate that. I hate
They're
that kind
lying.
of deflection
They're
tactic.
lying.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like if you win, you will be buzzing, but you're trying to downplay it because you're not
That's
confident. So fair play.
Yeah.
if you lot do win it, will you be going to the parade in Manchester?
They don't do it for we're doing a barbecue with the players, man. So I'm not invited. You know what
Oh,
I
what
mean?
they don't do what they're
No,
above you. They don't do no parade.
no, it's not about above. I think the club are so annoyed as a whole about how the league
Mm.
season's gone that they can't even allow the
Can't
fans
celebrate.
to say like it's weird.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole vibe
That's
is
a big
weird.
club mentality. I hear it.
Yeah, no, but it's not a big club mentality thing. That's for me, that's BS. You've won a trophy. Let the fans celebrate with the players in
Yeah,
the streets. You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
kind of hear both sides. I hear both sides
I think
because
they're
I
just
think
trying to save money, bro. Me personally, I don't think they're trying to save money, man. I think there's another way to save money. I think that's what it is, man. Me,
yeah.
yeah. But if you guys win it, I know you guys are doing the parade.
Oh, we got our parade booked for Friday when there's a bank holiday on the Monday.
That makes
Friday 3 p.m., which is
that
a bit
makes sense.
odd.
You know what? I'm about trying to turn up to that. Fuck it.
Why?
I just be walking about. Hey, Kallum, what you saying, man? Congratulations.
I'll be there. I'll be there all day, bro. I'm telling you, like Wednesday night, I don't plan on coming home.
I hear
Well,
it.
eventually,
I hear
eventually, obviously, but
it.
yeah, man, I want to be celebrating. Like this, this means a lot to me.
Yeah,
And I'm
no.
like I said, I'm confident. I feel that we're gonna win it.
To be fair, like if you were playing another club, because I've never had an issue with Spurs. So if you're playing another club and you won, I'd be happy because I know you, I know Tans, and I know a couple other Spurs fans that I've seen the pain you guys have been going through. So
Mm.
if I see you win, I'm just gonna be in the background and be like, hey, that's fantastic for you guys.
My God, man, we'll love to have you on board.
You know what I mean? But on this occasion, yeah, man. Fuck it. I don't want to see you guys
So
happy, man. I want to walk through Tottenham and just have peace. See the buses go through the street, you know what I mean? So yeah, but no, it's gonna be a good occasion. Wednesday's gonna be very tight. 8 p.m. kickoff. Nerves are still for everybody, but
mm,
I think we're gonna have a I think you're right. I think we're gonna have an entertaining final, man. 3-2 either
yeah,
way will be worth the watch. So
it'll be a good one.
yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah. Yeah, that's it. We'll wrap up there. Thank you very much for listening. If you're hating on our clubs, here's what it is,
Do you
man.
want?
We're in a final, man. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Anything you wanna plug? Any socials or anything?
Yeah, at the moment, just the socials, Instagram and Twitter is there. Kallum K underscore.
Hmm.
Trying to be more active on Instagram. So yeah, that's about it. But thanks for having me on, Kojo. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime, man. And for
Obviously,
myself,
come Wednesday, we're no longer friends. But yeah, man.
yeah, if we lose that game, them man that keep at me in the group chat, I might just leave. I'll just leave the group chat, man.
Nah, you can't run, bro. You can't
No,
run.
I'm running. I'm running. I'll come back the next day. I'll tell Phil to add me the next day, but just give me
Yeah.
24 hours, you know what I mean? But yeah, for myself, uh, what's my one? Coach Kojo or something like that on Twitter or something. You'll find me somewhere, man. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, Wednesday, damn, may the best team win.